What is hip hop to you? What does music mean to you? How has it changed your life? I'm here to tell you that hip hop is about to be 50 years old. On August 11th, 1973, that's when the love of hip hop was born. And I personally like to say my favorite era of hip hop has to be the 90s because that's the era that I was born. And also the early 2000s. From 1973 into 2023, the evolution of hip hop has changed so much. And I'm here to give you the 5 key elements of what hip hop is. All thanks to DJ Kool Herc, African Bambaataa, and a lot of key pioneers that helped us get to what hip hop is today. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. The first element we're going to talk about is graffiti because it is visual and you have to see it in order to believe it. It's one of those things that is really hard to get into, but once you start getting into it, it's like an addiction. All thanks to Cornbread, he is accredited as being one of the first modern graffiti artists. In the late 60s, he and his friends started tagging their names on buildings in Philly, and it just spread to a whole movement from New York to Atlanta, but it really didn't blossom until the late 80s, and then after that it just spread to Europe. I like to think that graffiti is a form of art because it is. It's like a music video, but it's on the streets. Nowadays you can catch your favorite artist on a mural in your local city. I live in Los Angeles, so I see Nipsey murals all the time, Kobe murals all the time, and it's so beautiful to see that somebody's legacy is still there, and it's still that grimy feeling that you get like, damn, I can just go around the block and take a picture of their mural, and it's the most beautiful thing ever.
I said the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop. You don't stop the rocker to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat.
The second element of hip hop is MCing. Is oral, which is giving it flavor of voice. Hip hop has now have a voice and has different melodies, different rhymes, different sequences of what's going on. Depending on what artist you're listening to, they have a different pattern of how they rap, of how they spit their poetry. You have different ways of how you say words. Now when you're rapping, you're shortening your words and you're putting it at a faster pace. Why is MCing important to hip hop? Because it gives hip hop a voice. Like I said, it's giving you a voice and a vision. When you're listening to music, what are you doing? You're listening to the beat and you're listening to the words of the song, of how it all makes sense. When you hear a song in your mind that you love, you're rapping to the beat. When you hear Cream by Wu-Tang, what are you thinking of? Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. You can hear the roughness, the rawness in that song. When you hear a knuck of you buck, yeah, we knucking and bucking and ready to fight, you hear different elements of the song. So that is why MCing is important to hip hop. The third element of hip hop is breakdancing, the physical part. Being able to move your body intertwined with emotion, basically pushing it forward like poetry, and being able to showcase different abilities like martial arts and being a gymnast and acrobats at the same time, and being ushered into a hip-hop culture. Every decade has almost had a dance to it, and we all know those dances. Well, b-boying and b-girling is no different. It's just really being able to sway and being able to groove with the music. So breakdancing is so beautiful. Every dance that has came out of each decade has showcased how much evolution hip hop has come, and breakdancing is no other. It's such a beautiful form of art. The fourth element element of hip hop is DJing, which is the aura. The DJ really controls the room. It's really a factor of manipulation, of putting sounds together and creating music. It's an innovative breaks with isolation and a perspective to give you what the rise of hip hop is. You know how when it's the middle of your favorite song and the DJ keeps spinning it over and over and over again, it's like keeps building up that anticipation. Or when you're in a club and you hear the dun dun dun, you hear the horns and everything, or when a DJ is talking over the mic, it gives you like a fresh perspective of what the song is, especially if you're at the club or if you're at a concert. The DJ is manipulating the sound and controlling the room for your emotions. The fifth element of hip hop is knowledge, your mental, to be mentally there and mentally aware of what's going on. We live in a day's time where things are very materialized, and if you tap into your true self, you will get that power. Music is nothing but frequencies, and depending on what type of frequencies you tap into, there's a song for every mood that you have. Hip hop is not only a culture, but it's a way of life. Some people live, breathe, and die for their respect in hip hop. There are some people who never got their acknowledgement for the things that they've done behind the scenes, and there's people who are out here that have birthed hip hop and that love hip hop so much that they love to see new cats come out here and do their thing. Music is nothing but recycled energy, and depending on how you use that energy is what the outcome you're gonna get. Hip hop has always been a beautiful thing with all its subgenres: rap, jazz, everything in between. Hip hop is more than a community, it's a family, and it's a way of life.